Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, so my recording stopped before because it was like, lol, Mal, you can't fucking whatever. I'm Milton. I'm a Shoten. I don't care. Can we talk about the scene? Can we talk about the scene? I want to talk about the scene. I want to talk about the scene. And there's so many people probably talking about the scene, and just want to talk about the scene because there's so many people talking about the scene. But I want to talk about the scene because the scene's fucking insane. Like, oh my god.
What?
We did it! We make such a good team.
Like we already are starting with just it's just so telling. It's just so telling. This entire episode, Jax has been weird, right? This entire episode, because of the ramifications of the last episode, because of the stuff that they've been talking about and all this other thing, it's been building up to this episode, right? If last episode was quote unquote Ragatha's episode, this episode is absolutely Jackson's episode, and it fucking shows because he has been a fucking mess for the entire fucking thing. Just from these little bits alone, we see Jax. Initially, he's fine. And he even settles into it for a little bit, right? For like that 0.5 second interval. He's like, oh, yeah, this is so nice. But just as quickly, and a Tumblr user said this, I don't remember their name, I apologize, but a Tumblr user said that during this episode, very especially, Jax's eyes have been indicative of his emotions of when the barrier breaks and when the barrier doesn't break. This is when the barrier, whatchamacallit, breaks for a split second. And there's a lot of times during this entire thing, some obvious, some not, where the barrier breaks, and it's really fucking interesting. And also, God bless Michael Kovac, the voice actress of Pomni. I don't remember her name, I'm so sorry. But they both did fucking amazingly during this scene. But anyway, just his eyes. The anxiety immediately of not knowing what to do, being frozen in that place for like the split second before deciding, no, I can't do this. I can't do this. I have to push her off. I can't be connected to her. I can't try to form another connection because what happens if that connection is formed again? What happens if I have to watch someone else abstract someone else that I cared about? I can't do it again. And look at poor Pomni. She's so confused, and Pomni's had a really great, whatchamacallit, like slow realization throughout this entire thing, and all of her actions and everything as a character are so smart during this, so emotionally intelligent in the weirdest way, you know? And so is Jax in a sort of trying to be manipulative, but also very obviously shooting himself kind of way. But we'll get into that. We'll get into that. But just for right now, her reaction to this, her eyes also move a lot, but you can see just a little bit. Her eyes move just to adjust, just to out of confusion. Just what happened? What? I thought we were friends. What happened? Huh? And Jax, he realizes, like he's settling back into, it's that feeling you get when you know you did something wrong, you know you did something bad, but you have to sit with that, but you don't have the chance to sit with it because Jax is someone who obviously takes in emotions. He's secluded. He takes in all these sorts of emotions alone. He takes in all these sorts of emotions by himself. Right now, he cannot properly process the things that he did. So he's trying to, but he's still in front of Pomni. He still has an act to play. He still has an archetype to fit into. So he immediately tries his best, has that feeling of regret, the feeling of regret right here on his face, tries his best, but just goes and settles back in. And he does this again. He does this again later in a creepier way that everyone else noticed. But you can't see it as obviously because his eyes are closed here. But here, his smile, his mouth doesn't, it's actually emoting. But as you can see here, let me turn the volume up. Let me turn the volume up. Like, I apologize if the volume's being low. Anyway, as you can see here, he slips back into the facade. He slips back into the facade and he continues on going, trying to keep up that wall.
Well, to be fair, our competition wasn't anything crazy.
And Pomni doesn't understand what she just saw, but thinks that it's okay. She wants to try and ignore it. So try to act as if everything is okay, that everything is fine. So
Yeah,
she lets it go and she tries to move on because she has a new friend and someone that she originally disliked. She related to them. She had fun with them, talked with them, acted as a human with them. Something that Jax is trying very hard to push against. That human thing, because if you act like a human in the circus, then you get hurt.
true.
And I want to point out the eye movements here. This is her being, like, this is her trying to, like, calm him down. Like, this is her having fun, of course. But it also shows strong emotional intelligence of, I don't understand exactly what happened. Like, it shows for a little bit she thinks, what can I do to ease the tension of this situation? What can I do that could be fun for the both of us? What can I do that would make things better so that whatever Jex is going through, whatever that just was, maybe he can blow off some steam and we can both have fun again. And so she considers it for a moment before going on to turn around with a devious smirk on her face as well.
Yeah, true.
This smirk, oops, I've been going back. This smirk right here, she wants to continue playing into that quote unquote evil archetype because not only because it was just fun. It was fun to do that, fun to let go for a little bit and to act as if this is a cartoon, and to do it with someone who's already playing the role of a villain, like every single time. So she's like, okay, well, let's both be villains because this is what they do in movies. This is what they do. Da, 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 da. Let's have one more bit of fun here.
I
And the entire time, the moment that Pomni turns around, Jax looks at his hand. Jax takes this moment of silence, of perceived loneliness, of perceived being alone, but having something to his thoughts. He looks at his hand and he's looking at himself. And he's not even like, his eyes aren't even darting around. He's only staring directly at his hand, thinking to himself, what did I just do? What did I just do? What did I just do? Taking this a little bit to actually come to his, not even come to his senses, but to try to analyze in the moment. Because maybe he won't have a chance later, or maybe he's just so affected by that happening now, by getting close to someone now, that he has to look at himself, that he has to think to himself, what just happened? I need to come to terms with this now.
suppose this is the part where one of us betrays the other.
And again, Pomni is trying really hard. She's having fun. because she thinks that she can have fun here and try to cheer up Jax. Pardon me. But Jack's still in his own headspace. Barely even hears her until
Huh? Oh, yeah, you can betray me.
that mask went right back on. He was thinking to himself, he was thinking about what he did and everything, but he puts the mask back on and he goes to try to push her away again. And someone else on Tumblr said the same thing. I apologize, I don't remember your names. I don't have everything. This is not a planned or anything video. But what he does is he's specifically trying to push him away. He's specifically trying to get Pomni to betray him so that if he's betrayed by her, then he can continue to be that asshole, that funny one, quote unquote. He can continue to be the person he's been. Because if he's betrayed first, then that sets in his head, okay, all right, good, great. We can all go back to how it was tomorrow, and we can all go back to the status quo. Nothing changes, nothing moves forward. I can still stay alive, and so can Pomni.
Oh, I thought this was gonna be a mutual thing.
Nah, go on, do it.
I don't really want to.
And Pomni has this moment of not knowing what to do anymore because she saw it maybe look at their stances too. Look at their stances. Jax is standing very he has like his hips out towards Pomni. He's standing up straight. He's has a sort of confident body language towards himself. Meanwhile, Pomni's very vulnerable. Pomni is very much so just slouching, unsure, confused, and everything. And her actions and everything state as much because she doesn't know how to help at this point. Because this is confusing. This feels, for her, almost out of character for Jax. And him saying this straight to her face throws her off entirely. Because it goes back to the beginning of the episode where she said, I don't want to hurt my friends. There's an emotional intelligence here that sees that if she shoots him, then it's going to hurt him. And she doesn't want to do that. Maybe she's not realizing it in the moment, right? Maybe it's more of a subconscious thing. But at the end of the day, she's still realizing it. She's still understanding that if she does this, it's going to be bad. It feels uncomfortable. It's not fun anymore.
Really want to.
Lame! Come on, I thought you were cool.
And again, as we can see, her eyes slowly, like, they're just following Jax, right? But it's still the same unsureness. It's still the same confused and just, I guess, not overwhelmed, but she doesn't know what to make of this. She's concerned, but she's also confused. She's trying to figure out some sort of way to do anything, but it feels like she can't because he's pushing her away so hard in such a manner that's so uncharacteristic of him from what we've seen so far. And Jax is still putting up that wall. I thought you were cool. Still, he's trying to throw her away. He's trying to push her away. Using the same sort of language that a manipulative bully would.
We could just be winners.
And again, she doesn't know how to react. She doesn't know what to do here, but she still is trying because she sees that something is wrong with Jax and she cares enough to try and put forward some sort of idea to ease the tension in the situation. And the fact that she does this so quickly is impressive on her part. But at the end of the day, she's still trying her hardest to ease the tension, trying to be nice to him, trying to be nice to her friend here.
Winners. As a team.
We're not a team, come on.
And that throws her, that hurts her. You can, from the stammers, like, more confusion. But look at her face. She gets hurt by that. And she doesn't understand why he's even saying it to begin with. Her mind's still trying to go through everything, still trying to figure out everything that's happening here. And just, she's aghast. She's confused. She's hurt. Why? Why would he say that after everything they've been through?
I mean, yes, we are.
And, oh wow, that was such a good face. The hurt pushed through with a more inquisitive and accusatory. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. Yes, we are a team. We just went through every single thing like that as a team. Why else would any of that happen the way that it did?
Delusional.
And again, Jack's still still putting up this front. His body language still moves that. His hips are still gyrated outward. His whole body is still in this offensive, like triangle angle, like pose. He's pushing himself out. He's trying to keep all of the vulnerability he has in.
Weren't we?
And again, she's hurt. She doesn't understand. Confusion to hurt. There's a lot of emotions going through her at this time.
Weren't we kind of bonding?
And she's still trying to make the situation less tense. Still trying, she puts up a fake smile. Clearly fake. But if she's smiling like he is while saying, hey, we were bonding, we were friends, we were doing all this stuff, we were telling each other all this stuff, and kind of connecting over something that we wouldn't have connected over before if we didn't team up like this. And
Over being chaotic evil together?
I was merely entertaining you because I thought it was funny.
and this is one of my favorite parts of Kovacs' voice acting, because this breath right here is fucking genius. I want to go and listen to this again.
Now are you gonna shoot me?
Did I do chaotic evil together?
I was merely entertaining you because I thought it was funny.
That breath right there is as if he's gathering up the courage, puffing up his chest out so that he can say the next words, so that he can continue to push through to try and block her from coming in. That breath is signifying of his lying, signifying of his unsureness, signifying of everything. And you can see in this breath that his eyes don't meet all the way. His eyes are smaller than they were. They're not as small as they usually get when he's vulnerable. But you can see in that moment that the dam almost breaks. But he has to regain himself. He has to try to push himself up again in order to keep the wall between him and her.
Are you gonna shoot me or what?
Did I do something wrong?
Ugh.
And something that I also just thought of,
Now are you gonna shoot me or what?
all of his poses are way more exaggerated than Pomni's. All of his poses throughout this are acting on this cartoonish sort of way. They're bits, they're jokes. He's trying to act like a cartoon character. He doesn't want her to shoot him, but he also wants the reason to block her away, to push her away so that he doesn't get close and so that he doesn't have to watch another person abstract. He wants that reason very badly, and he shows it in any way he can by being super performative with his body motions, with his voice, with everything. He's clearly acting.
Did I do something wrong?
Ugh.
And Pomni, again, the eyes. The eyes. She's so confused in her just a small look, looking him over, trying to study his expression. Just a small look, trying to understand what's happening here, because both times that she tries to have some levity with the situation, he pushes it away. He pushes her back. He builds up that wall again. And she just goes to confront him outright. Just not confronting him, but pushing that stuff back on her, going, "What happened? Are you not even asking, are you okay? But asking, is this my fault? Why is this happening? Do I need to change? Do I need to fix it? Do I need to be this, that, and the other? Do I need to be a different way? Did I upset you in some sort of way?" And even still, her saying this can be completely calling back to her unsureness at being pushed away from the hug. Because maybe she's trying to get him to say, "Yeah, you hugged me and I didn't really like that." But this wall that Jax has is so built far up that he wouldn't even consider saying anything like that at this point. So it's just her speaking up against the wall, trying to be accommodating, trying to figure out this problem, but not making any headway.
Do something wrong?
Ugh. You sound like Ragatha right now. No wonder we're not a team.
No, I mean, we were doing fine, having fun.
Oh God, I wish I remembered her name, but the voice actress is so good. It's just, we were doing fine. It sounds like she's whining. It's emblematic of her hurt because she's genuinely hurt during this moment. And again, her posture is slouching, letting herself being vulnerable, letting herself like wanting Jax to push in, wanting Jax to. She wants to let Jax in. She wants to let Jax wants to continue being vulnerable with Jax. Wants to continue being friends with Jax. That's why she's slouching like that. That's why her body posture is the way that it is. And Jax is completely not imitating the same sort of body posture at all. He's just being outward. He's just pushing against her.
Fun, talking. But you suddenly
You're not
just...
committing.
And this, I'm not even convinced that he's looking at her. Honestly. In my mind, in my headcanon, he's looking past her. He's saying, "Do it. I won't even want to see you do it. Shoot me so this can be over, so I can be out of this situation and so everything can go back to the status quo." His facade is up in full front right now. And if he didn't vehemently believe that everything is a cartoon here, he would honestly be he's so purposefully just used to this idea that we're not human, that put forcing her to put the gun up to his head, making her try to shoot him, like forcing the situation onto her at this point is more of it's better than trying to be vulnerable, trying to be more vulnerable with her and trying to get hurt again. And honestly, it's also emblematic of how he probably feels because on a deeper level, he probably is suicidal because of everything he's been through. I don't know how long he's been here, but he's been here long enough to see at least two people obstruct. One person he was incredibly close to. And that kind of thing hurts. To see someone you cared about, see someone that you got close to in the same sort of ways you got close to Pomni. You're getting close to Pomni, just poof, die because it was too much for them. Wouldn't you want to be with them? But death is scary. Death is hard. So honestly, it's easier to just make it someone else's problem, have someone else pull the trigger instead of yourself.
Do it.
If I shoot you right now,
And just during this moment, her hand is shaking. She's
are we
scared. She's unsure about all of this. The same sort of posture. Funnily enough, yeah, this is the same posture that she was in the beginning of the episode when holding a gun. Because this isn't cartoons anymore. This is serious. She's not shooting her friend because it's a game. He's actively telling her, forcing her to pull the trigger. Because it would simply be better than getting close to you and getting hurt again.
still gonna be friends afterwards?
We were never friends.
What about
And again, she gets hurt by that sentiment because that's after getting so close. She's been so close with everyone else by this point, and after getting so close with Jax, and for him to say that, it doesn't make any sense. It hurts. It's confusing. It's painful.
all that stuff you told me?
Yeah, I did tell you a lot.
And this is when the mask breaks again. This is something that he hasn't thought about yet. This is something that he realized in the moment that, yeah, I was vulnerable with you. That's going to hurt later.
Didn't I? Not looking forward to thinking about that tomorrow.
No, we're not.
And yet she gets angry because she sees that little break in the wall. And she knows, no, we bonded. We are friends. You can't push me away like this. You can't lie to yourself and me that we aren't friends here. Because I saw that. I know what you're doing, or what you're trying to do.
Doing this. You're not gonna look me in the eye and tell me nothing we've been doing together meant anything to you, because I know that's not true.
Are you coming on to me?
And the mask goes right back on. The body posture is the same, but now Pomni is standing up straight too. while he's trying to block her out even still, she's now standing up against it. She's not letting, she's not giving him the chance to try and push in towards with those lies anymore. She's standing up against it.
Yeah, that's what everybody wants. A straight couple.
Oh,
And the eye twitch. The eye twitch. That eye twitch right there is emblematic of all the pain and hurt that she's going through right now. That's turned into anger. Because this is the same old routine that he's had for the past 5 episodes at this point. And she was already sick of it. And at this point, now it's not, after seeing what he can really be like, after seeing how much of a good guy, how much fun it can be around him, she can't take this. And maybe possibly she's even dealt with this sort of thing before. I don't know what kind of person Pomni was before all this, but she's showing a lot of emotional maturity and intelligence in this episode and this moment. Pushing back, maybe not the most of trying to approach this delicately, but in trying to approach it at all, she's doing amazingly.
Straight couple.
oh my god, can you take this seriously? Can you take anything seriously?
Dude, you're a cartoon clown.
I have to go back to that posture again.
Can you take anything seriously?
Dude,
Again, vulnerable and absolutely building up that wall. He's trying very hard to have this wall be built up while she's trying so hard to push again through his defenses.
you're a cartoon clown. How am I supposed to take you seriously?
You reached out to me, not the other way around. You're just gonna pretend that didn't happen?
You must be misremembering.
Is this why you didn't show up to Kaufmo's funeral?
I don't show up to any funerals.
Yeah, I bet you don't. Because you're scared. You're scared you'll actually show a human emotion.
I'm scared I'll be bored to tears.
Have you ever thought that this might be what causes people to abstract in the first place?
Oh my.
It's that moment during an argument where things are going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and you don't realize you can't have that sort of self knowledge to catch yourself. He does it later on during this little monologue, but he can't catch himself right now because it just brought up something that's traumatic for him, the abstraction. And so the veil breaks one more time. Not completely, but it breaks. He lets out some of his true feelings again. And again, the little eyes.
My God! Are you seriously gonna blame me for something that everybody else did too? You
And also during this moment, notice that he's still smiling. He's trying to keep up the front, but he can't. Everything else about it is betraying him.
didn't even know him. You don't even know what people are like before they abstract.
And the body posture. Now on the back foot, now being vulnerable, going towards her.
Abstract. They are not pleasant to be around. Like at all. You.
Catching himself. Realizing that he can't keep pushing himself, and so he brings it back again. Puts up the wall visually again.
I'm sorry.
Around. Like at all. You.
I'm sorry.
And The wall breaks again right here.
I'm sure you are.
He can't keep up the facade. He clearly can't keep up the facade. But I'm gonna have to say she's got recordings and posts, but it's probably fine. Anyway, yeah, no.
Isn't to be around. Like at all. You.
He can't keep up the facade again. He can't do this. He's been doing it for so long, and because he's so agitated and stressed right now, it's just, even when he catches himself and turns the persona back on,
I'm sure you are.
this little moment right here is all it takes for him to snap right back. To snap right out of it. And that's when he actually manages to put the facade back on entirely. After taking one more deep breath and after taking one more moment to himself, pushing himself away from Pomni, making distance between them, showing his back towards her. That's when he can fully have the facade on again. When he's not looking at her.
Oh, man. This was all sorts of embarrassing, huh? So, you're gonna shoot me or what?
What would you do if I abstracted tomorrow?
And the facade drops again. You can't see it, but the body language says it all. But he tries his hardest to keep it up.
I'd move on.
He can't, but he does try. Because that wasn't a facade. That was his true, honest thoughts. But when the smile comes back...
And probably forget about you.
That's when it's in full swing. Trying to hurt her. Trying to push her away. Because being forgotten is the worst kind of pain you can give to someone. And she doesn't know what to do again. She doesn't know how to react to this, to that, those words being said at her in full force. As another Tumblr user pointed out, I'm sorry, I don't remember your name, but as another Tumblr user pointed out, her fear was being forgotten, of being abstracted, of being being abstracted and then being forgotten immediately afterwards. I don't even remember her name. And so she looks on.
Okay.
Just.
Okay.
Trying so hard. And I love the subtle body movements there. Just. Her eyes and her body tell everything. Trying to understand, trying to rationalize, trying to figure out what's happening here. Because she either believes this and lets go, or calls it out for the lie that it is and tries to do something about it.
I understand.
She needs that moment to herself, just like Jax did. To try and fully recuperate, try to fully understand what's happening here. And Jax feels remorse. The facade drops.
Jeez, you really can't take a joke, can you?
She's shaking. She feels like crying. But instead of doing anything that would put herself in harm's way, no, actually, it's in this moment that I believe she wants to be put in harm's way. But if what Jack said was true, and then it's as he says later on in the episode, she wants Jax to show it, not through words but actions, that he can hurt her. So she pushes through all this anguish that she's feeling right now. And she does something that's, in any other situation, would probably be a really bad idea, but in this is honestly one of the most emotionally intelligent things that one could do.
Can you?
And it's honestly fulfilling his thing, fulfilling his argument. Shoot me. Do it. You never said with the bullet. But this isn't something that's said out loud. It's a subtle thing. And it's her showing her anger, her showing that she wants Jax to prove that sort of pain because she can hurt him physically. But as we're going to see, he's not able to do it to her unless it's to stop whatever bullshit that she's pulling.
You're not the funny one!
And again, she's calling him out. She's calling him out on everything that he said.
I don't think that counts.
And just like Pomni was earlier, he's confused. The facade's still up, but that's genuine confusion. He doesn't know what the hell she's talking about. Why would the gun be thrown at her? Why this? Why that? Why did she do that? And then she goes on to surprise him even more, to confuse him even more.
Hey, what are you doing?
The vulnerability, facade's off.
Fight back!
And all Jax does is defend, just pushing her off.
Are you crazy?
I said fight back!
Stop!
I'm just gonna let it play.
What's wrong with you?
Why didn't you fight back?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Because I didn't fight back, that means I secretly care about you? I'm just a misunderstood little chicken fetus in an egg that needs to be cracked open. Well, I am not. I do not care about you or anyone else in this circus in the slightest. End of story. You are my playthings, and I get joy out of making you suffer. I'm the one who causes pain for fun. If I led you on, it was just to make this part hurt you more.
It's such an excellent fucking scene.
What's wrong with you?
His voice, like, almost cracking, going higher. Just the stressed amount of all of this confusion and just anguish about what the hell she just did. He doesn't understand the motive behind it. He doesn't understand anything behind it until Pomni clarifies.
Why didn't you fight back?
Oh, here we go.
And he makes the assumption that may or may not have been Pomni's intent. And if it was Pomni's intent, then again, as I said before, it is the most emotionally intelligent that she's ever been in this episode, in this series. It is an incredible move to make. Instead of, it shows how much she cares too, because instead of leaving him behind, she goes and does something even more drastic to try to provoke any sort of response and try to provoke any sort of thing that can make the situation, if not fixed, then at least better than it was. And it does in some sort of way, pardon me, she does understand Jax a little more now.
Here we go! Because I didn't fight back, that means I secretly care about you?
Throughout this entire monologue, his voice is cracking, showing just how much energy, how much extra energy he's putting into it, into this one last attempt at pushing her away.
I'm just a misunderstood little chicken fetus in an egg that needs to be cracked open. Well, I am not. I do not care about you or anyone else in this circus in the slightest.
I think that's also one of my favorite lines from this whole moment. Because of how Kovacs does it, delivers it, just showing the anguish and the heart and the just absolute trying so hard, the anger that's flowing through him, the offensiveness that's she's trying to put on. I don't care about you or anyone in this circus. Trying to make it hurt as much as possible, but you can hear it in his soul that he doesn't mean a single word. He's just trying to hurt her. And he's doing badly.
End of story. You are my playthings.
And as like a Twitter user had pointed out before, he's playing up his role, his funny guy role, his chaotic evil role that he was playing with Pomni. He's trying to play into his archetype, trying to settle back into it.
And I get joy out of making you suffer. I'm the one who causes pain for fun.
This is the face of a man who does not want to cause pain to anyone, but has no choice to. This is the face of someone who is in pain, who's really only causing himself pain. Sure, he gets fun out of it, but at the cost of pushing everyone he does care about away. Because he was hurt by Gangle not wanting to team up with him. He did get hurt by Kaufmo and Ribbit's abstractions, and he is hurt by Ragatha. And Kinger is someone that he hasn't even really tried to interact with, because as far as he understands, he's just the crazy one. And Zubal's just grouchy. Fun to provoke, but he can't really get anything out of her. Nothing like he could Pomni. And so he puts his feet down and he tries to push her away again. Trying to fill himself back into that archetype, trying desperately to be a character again, and not a human.
If I led you on, it was just to make this part hurt you more.
And honestly, you can tell that she doesn't believe it. This hurts, but it doesn't hurt for the reasons. It doesn't hurt because the words he's saying are true. It doesn't hurt because the things that are coming into her ears are painful to her psyche and her social ability or anything. It hurts because she's seeing her friend go through a breakdown. and she doesn't know what to do about it. She's speechless. After everything she's tried during this little moment to try and make things at least get back on track, at least make him a little bit happier, or at least drive the tension down, bring some levity, or at least try to get some sort of response that wasn't pushing her away. It only makes him triple down even more. And she doesn't know what to do anymore. She's at an absolute silence. And this is him realizing just not only how vulnerable he's been, but how much he regrets doing that. How much in pain that he really is, that he's letting old emotions like this surface up again. He's vulnerable. The facade has been gone for a while now. It was just his words weren't showing it, but everything else was. And he looks at his hand again. The same hand that he used to push away Pomni. And he's angry at himself. Because this is the one friend that he's had for a while that he got really close to and has enjoyed the company of. But it's the same friend that reminds him too much of Fribbit, of someone he's already lost. He doesn't want to go through that again. As a side note, there's also something weird about hands because Pomni's hand had a little bit of abstraction thing, and I think it's probably the same hand that Jax is looking at, and it's neither here nor there. That's not the point of why I'm yapping about this. Something to theorize about later from another YouTuber, not me.
There's nothing more to me.
This is him not pleading to her. This is him pleading to himself. This is him trying to build up that wall again, even though it's been so thoroughly broken.
So please.
And this is him giving up. For at least right now. He's gave up. He's tired. He can't put on the facade anymore. So he just asks earnestly, please don't get close to me anymore. Please let me push you away. Please. I don't want to get hurt again. I can't get hurt again. I can't bear to see you abstract like I have for everyone else. Please. Please. Just stop looking.
Just stop looking.
And all we're left with is Pomni, speechless. She barely knows what happened. She still cares, clearly. We see that later in the episode, but she doesn't even know what just happened. She's distraught in pain, completely and entirely. I barely even know the word myself to describe it, but wanting to try and help, but you can't because you don't know what else to do. You don't know how else to try. And maybe, just like Ragatha earlier on in the episode, the same thoughts are going through Pomni's head. I failed him. Someone I barely knew, someone I got close to, tried to become friends with. I couldn't even make him happy after trying so hard. I fucked up. I failed him. What am I to do now? After everything. It's a powerful moment, akin to the moment at the end of episode 1. Because she's not just staring, because she's gotten used to everything. She's staring out to him, wondering, how can I help and why did this happen to you?
God, you look stupid. So,